Alright guys, welcome to Grip the Top Commander. This is Jared. I've built a new deck, and I wanted to share this pretty cool game I had. This is pretty much the first game I had with the deck. It was actually very sweet. So the new deck we built was, without further ado, Feldon of the Third Path. If you guys aren't familiar with... Oh, there we go. Okay. Feldon of the Third Path. He's one of the newer commanders that's printed in the the newest commander set. So there he is right there. He's a lot of fun. So I mean, I like the idea that red can play with graveyards. It's just kind of intriguing. It doesn't have to be all artifacts or anything. So he's a really fun general, and this game kind of was a little nutty. So our opponent today is Rakka Mar. So very aggressive, mono red, typical red stuff. He gets that dude, swings hard and fast. Alright. So first couple of turns are fairly... So, I mean, I play a lot of cards that get stuff in my graveyard. Simple value cards like that. Wild Guess and whatnot. So I throw away, cast Wild Guess, and I pitch Dragon Mage, which I love that card. So good. Plays Manland, then I play Mountain. Alright, I just mana ramped up, get the War Power Stone. He's got his mana stamp on as well. Now here I was thinking about casting Gauntlet of Power, just so I can start mana ramping into the bigger stuff and keep going, but I decided not to. I didn't want to give my opponent extra help, even though I did have more mounts than him, but that may change later on in the game. So I don't want to end up screwing myself. So I opted not to cast it. I thought about it. I was even having mana for it, but then I changed my mind. Instead, got up Feldon. Looking at coding. So he casts his commander, and then makes a dude, and then pounds my face. Woo! That was a little fast. Yeah, so it makes a guy and pounds my face. Alright, play a land. Then I get out Kiki-Jiki. Kiki-Jiki with Feldon is freaking disgusting. I was expecting Kiki-Jiki or both my commanders not to live. He's playing red, and they have small butts, 3 and 2. So I wasn't going to be surprised if Kiki-Jiki died. So I get in there for 2 because I can't use his ability. Don't have the mana for it. And I wanted to get Kiki-Jiki out before I did get out Dragon Maze from the graveyard, or a copy of Dragon Maze, because I didn't want to pitch Kiki-Jiki. I wanted Kiki-Jiki on the field. Alright, so, yeah, this guy's really good. I mean, he's making a lot of dudes. Battle Cry with haste. He makes short work with my life total. Swings in for 12 here. Just ouch. Bam, 25. So I got Sculpting still, which is freaking awesome. So I use Feldon's ability here to make a copy of Dragon Mage. And then I copy Dragon Mage with Scorpion Still, because Feldon, the token he makes, is an artifact. So I get a permanent version of, Feldon's token. So now I have 3 Dragon Mages out, swinging for 10. And then we both draw 14 cards and discard 7. So the first hand is pretty... So this is the hand I'm going to throw away, right? So I got Mirror Battlesphere, and Worm Coil Engine. So, I mean, with going up against the red deck, what more... That's like the perfect card to get, absolutely. And it's going to the graveyard by itself. Well, not by itself, because of the Dragon Mage ability. So I got pretty lucky on that one. So this is my new hand. Just a bunch of stuff. Wheel of Fortune, but yeah. Just some, Just He threw away some stuff. It wasn't... I saw he was playing interesting things. What was this? He was putting tokens into play. What was that? It was some weird... Oh, Thieves Auction. I saw all non-tokens, so, I mean, he's playing a lot of tokens, so it's kind of interesting to... I don't know, I really haven't seen that card in play, but he's just typical mono red. With some interesting shenanigans. So I get my bubble, get a mountain. Now, whenever I get a mountain, because I do have 5 mountains now, this is going to be doing some work right here. So my tokens go away. He cast Chandra and then copied his next spell. Which is going to be Gone. Return target creature you don't control to its owner's hand. I had no idea this card even existed. I mean, that's definitely outside of the color pie, but alright. I mean, so he bounces Feldon and my Dragon Mage token. Then he swings with the team. So I get down to 10. So, I mean, I need to do something this turn, otherwise I'm dead. Fortunately, in my hand, I do have Lightning Greaves. And Lightning Greaves is what's going to save me. So I have lots of mana. Dropped in Feldon. Drop Lightning Greaves. Then I use Feldon's ability to get me Worm Coil. Then I make a copy of Worm Coil. Then I cast Sculpting Still to make another copy of a Worm Coil. So, yeah. It gets pretty nutty. So swinging with my 2 Worm Coils that can't attack, I kill his Planeswalker and then swing 6 to the face. And I gain 12 life. Woo! So my tokens go away, they die, and I get 4 tokens. So very nice. Alright, so he draws a card. Now this is from the the M15, right? The M15 Souls of whatever. He's interesting. He gets 5 mana to 5 mana to do 6 damage is okay. I mean, at worst, it's a 6/6 first striker. I guess it's fine. So I draw Solemn Sirenagum, and he's with Valakut out. Solemn's gonna be very good. So I go get a I go to Swamp. Or Swamp, geez, sorry guys, playing black too much. I go to Mountain. Shoot off his hero. And Kiki-Jiki makes another copy of him. Because I wanted another mountain. Now, I do realize that I could have made, I could have got another Worm Coil out and made another copy of the Worm Coil, but I wasn't in a terrible position, so I wanted, card draw, mana ramp, typical good stuff. I was expecting a board wipe anytime now. So I shoot his commander. He makes a token response. And then, so instead of making another Worm Coil, I got a copy of Steel Hellkite from my graveyard. Because I was planning to swing in and then put X to 0 to kill all his tokens. But of course he, saw that and decided to block because he didn't want to die as well. So in hindsight, I probably should have made another Worm Coil, but it was fine. So I got some mana and I just kind of beefed up my Steel Hellkite to 7 power. So Worm Coil dies because he blocked my token with his 6/6 first striker. I draw a card. And he's down to 10 life. So he goes through and he shoots Kiki-Jiki, which survived a lot longer than I thought he would have. Alright, so... Alright. Ooh, stop. Alright, so, I used Feldon's ability. I honestly I could have did Worm Coil again, but I just wanted a little bit more variety, to be honest. Because I knew I'd be able to kill him with Mirror Battlesphere once I tapped everything and, make him 8/7 and deal 4 damage to him right off the bat, if he did block one. So I went for the Mirror Battlesphere, to get me some tokens as well. So he sees that, and then he scraps my token of Mirror Battlesphere. So I swing with the team. He blocks. Ooh, a little faster. Pause. No. Sorry, guys. Okay, whoa. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so during my turn, I did use the Jarloon Tomb to draw a card and discard a card. I kept it in my hand because I honestly could flash him in and actual cast him instead of putting him in the graveyard. Alright, so he casts... This is an interesting guy. Exit the top 10 cards for your library, deal 2 damage to target creature or player. I mean, yeah, when you're about to kill someone, yeah, sure, it's definitely a red card. So he casts that guy and ships the turn. And I'm really glad I had Lightning Greaves on Feldon, because he would have shot it right. Shot and killed my commander. So he's at 2 life. I have 1 mountain in hand. I would go all out and swing in, but I was like, this is end the game. And I throw the mountain and then shoot him for 3 damage. The end game. Alright, well, what is this? Is that the same guy? Oh, no. That's the replay. Sorry, guys. Alright, cool. So, I mean, I won the game. It was a fun game. It was just, it really showed the power. I mean, honestly, this deck, you can easily turn Feldon of the 3rd Path into a Kiki-Jiki deck. It has the same premise. I'll enter the battlefield effects, dual caster, let it enter the battlefield and leave effects that we either get tokens, etc. So it's a very fun deck. I like the ability with Feldon where I can just throw something in the graveyard and then use the ability. It's obviously open for, I mean, graveyard hate always hurts, but that's fine. Um, well, guys, that's the game I played. Just wanted to share it with you. Let me know if you like Feldon of the Third Path. If you want to see more gameplays of Feldon, um, I'm gonna get some more deck. I had some requests for a Chroma and something brothers. There was another commander I had requests for, so I will be building those decks as well. Just momentarily. Uh, it takes a little time for me to build decks. I want to do the research and get an actual good version of it online. So that's why I haven't got those up yet, as I said in my comments. So leave comments, subscribe, like. Um, keep the suggestions coming, guys. I will get to them eventually. But like I said, I want to make a good version for you guys on your requests. So I don't want to just vomit decks out and not be very good. So, alright, guys, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe.